computer. Okay, so I think we're live. Bear with us. Okay, so if I go back up just to get the heading, and I think we're live now. So today's all about why eating fat is good for you. A lot of people try and avoid fat, but I'm just going to highlight the importance of healthy fats here today. So I'm going to skip this. Last time we talked about having a higher or lower metabolism, or at least we've talked about that before. So I'm going to skip this and go straight to the point. Okay, so a lot of people think fats will make them fat, so they avoid fats. They avoid eating fats, but actually eating fats is not what makes us fat. It's eating or drinking too many calories is what makes us fat, okay? However, there are some good fats and bad fats. Eating saturated or trans fats can actually lead to heart disease and high cholesterol levels, and we'll go into that in a moment. So what are saturated fats? Saturated fats, these are hard fats that you get from animal products such as cheeses, meat, red meats, butter. If you've heard people say reduce your butter intake, reduce your red meat intake, this is the exact reason why. Saturated fats can clog your arteries. We'll look into that more. What are trans fats? Now, trans fats, mostly found in vegetable fats, which have been chemically altered by some kind of process called hydrogenation. And it turns liquid oils into solid fat, basically. So examples are these foods, these kinds of foods that have like pastries, processed foods that have got very long shelf lives, and, you know, like crisps, ice cream, yes, maybe long freezer life, perhaps, okay. Biscuits, you know, biscuits do look really nice and sort of inviting, but you want to try and avoid eating them if you want to improve your heart health. However, some fats and oils are essential, and they've got some benefits that can help us improve our blood cholesterol levels and decrease our risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Okay, so there are a lot of incidents of high blood pressure, heart disease generally in the UK. Okay, so these good fats are called unsaturated fats, also known as good fats, and they can be found in things like olive oils, avocado, oily fish, nuts, and seeds. So these are examples that you want to incorporate in your diet. Okay. And there are two types of unsaturated fats: monounsaturated, omega-3, and polyunsaturated, which are mainly omega-3s and omega-6s. Now, looking at the base here, the daily intake of both types of unsaturated oils is important for good health. So daily intake of both types, okay. So if you look at the red round bits in the middle, these are bad fats. Saturated fats, which are mentioned, are fatty acids with no double bonds in the fatty acid chain. These straight chain fats are solid at room temperature. So any sort of fats, and you know, it's quite controversial, and there is a lot of talk about coconut oil being saturated fat, and therefore should it be good fat? And another school of thought is thinking they've done research and found that coconut oil is good fat. So yes, you know, when it sits in room temperature, it hardens. So yes, you can class it as saturated fats, but it's been found to be good for you. What I tend to do is, yes, I use it sometimes just for flavor. For example, use it in my stir fry because I like the flavor in my stir fry. Certain dishes I like the flavor. So yes, I won't eat it every day, but I will have it sometimes. And then you've got the good fats, the polyunsaturated fats, which are mostly the omega-3s and omega-6s. And these have more than one double bond in the fatty acid chain. And the bonds, the bends in the chain make these fatty liquid fats liquid at room temperature. The monounsaturated fats still have one double bond in the fatty acid chain. And there is an L-shaped bend is what makes these fats. I mean, you don't have to remember all these scientific explanations, but what you do know are the examples, and the ones that you need to know are good and the ones that are bad. Okay, so saturated is bad, unsaturated is good. So basically, you need to avoid healthy fats. You need to avoid unhealthy fats. Rather, you need to be eating healthy fats just as much as you need protein and carbs. You just need them in smaller quantities. So fats, healthy fats are macronutrients, just as protein is a macronutrient and carbs is a macronutrient. You need to have it every day. Okay, so why do we need healthy fats? The first thing that I always talk about is that it helps to stabilize blood sugar levels. You know, you see the green line there in the middle. You want your blood sugar levels to be there every day. Okay, so when you eat healthy fats, that's what happens. It helps with that. Number two, it slows the absorption of carbohydrates. So when you eat your food and you've balanced it all out, you maybe got some quinoa, you've got some sweet potato or some brown rice or something like that, it kind of helps to slow the absorption of carbs. Okay, so when you eat carbs, what does it do? It helps to give you energy because you're getting a slow release of sugar into your bloodstream. So that process is slowed down even further, which is a good thing. So you don't get a surge of sugar into your bloodstream. So healthy fats helps with that. It also helps maintain a healthy heart and brain. So it's like they go together. The brain is functioning well, the heart is functioning well because you're eating healthy fats. Okay. And then we get to the cell membranes. Everybody's got cells, and so it helps to maintain healthy cell membranes. Okay. So you can see that fats are not bad for you at all. In fact, they really help you get healthy. The other thing they do is they protect our organs from damage. So yes, everybody needs some amount of healthy fats to help protect their organs. And then they help provide energy when, you know, when people say, oh, I don't eat carbs and I'm not eating carbs. So some people actually go without eating any carbs whatsoever. And by the way, vegetables are carbs. Did you know that? Okay, so if you're somebody who is trying to reduce the tummy and you're eating just meat and veg most of the time, remember that it's not such a bad thing to have a stir fry with a load of different veggies and maybe your chicken or fish. Those carbs are giving you, I mean, those veggies are giving you carbs, complex carbohydrates. And then sometimes if you want to add some quinoa with it, that's also fine. Okay, so mostly carbohydrates give you energy, but if your body is not getting enough carbohydrates, then the fat will kick in to give you the energy that your body needs, if you are eating those healthy fats, that is. The other function for healthy fats is it helps with the absorption of certain vitamins, such as vitamins A, D, E, and K. These are fat-soluble vitamins, which, you know, if you're not eating healthy fats, the body is not going to be able to circulate or move them around as effectively as it would if you were eating healthy fats. So you want to make sure that you're checking your ingredient labels to see mainly how much saturated fats you're taking in. Generally, there are certain foods that I really don't recommend you buy at all. So yes, people will buy butter for the odd occasion, yes. I tend to buy butter when I'm getting guests and I know that they like a bit of butter on their toast or something. But it will be in the fridge the whole year without me touching it because I'm just used to not eating butter. So there's saturated fats and unsaturated fats. I'd rather dip my toast or whatever I'm doing, if I'm adding any fats, to add some olive oil instead, or have some olives. So when you check the ingredients, it will give you an idea of how much saturated fats. If it shows red, you clearly don't want to. You want to try and limit the intake of saturated fats. Okay. So oily fish is a very good thing to do. Eating it twice a week will help with you getting your omega-3 oils into your body. The body does not make omega-3 oils, which the body desperately needs to get you healthy. We need to give it to the body, and oily fish is a good essential fat that we need to get. If people do not eat oily fish, then they really need to supplement. Okay, so unsaturated fats form part of, notably omega-3 oils. They form part of the structure of every cell in our body, and we need them to achieve them and maintain a healthy heart and brain and healthy function of the eyes. So, these organs are working really top shape. People tell me I don't need glasses, but I probably do. One of these days, I'm going to buy glasses just to show off. So omega-3 fatty acids found in certain oils, very, very good for the heart, and it helps reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. Okay. So omega-3 you tend to get mostly from fish oils. In the Western world, we tend to eat a lot more of the omega-6s, which tend to be found in vegetable oils and sunflower oils and stuff like that. But too much of it is not great for us. That's mostly Western diets typically have ratios in excess of 10 times omega-6 to 1 time omega-3. Okay, when you go to the Mediterranean countries, they tend to eat more of the oils, the fish oils and the other sort of olives and all of those, olive oil, and they're better for us. So omega-6 is pro-inflammatory, and they are associated with an increase in all inflammatory diseases. And these are some examples. Okay, so cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity. So pro-inflammatory, meaning it doesn't help to fight whatever is happening. Okay, it actually enhances whatever is going on. So we want to try and avoid fats that have got high proportion of omega-6s. Sunflower oil is one of them. Maybe soybean. Soybean sounds good. This is just a guide, really. We want to avoid the reds, definitely. They have got high proportion of reds as well. Okay, so corn oil, we want to try and reduce that. I've got 2 or 3 oils that I tend to buy. I would go for rapeseed oil, although that's not here. I would go for canola, seems to be quite good because the red saturated is quite low. I'll go for olive oil because it's very high in monounsaturated fats. So the ones to go for are those that are high in the yellow, which safflower, not seeing it much, but again. So you can experiment and go for ones with less of the blue bars. But what I tend to know is that omega-3 is what we need to maximize the intake of. If you're not consuming oily fish at least 2 times a week, then you need to really use a high quality fish oil product to balance your omega-6 intake, as well as increase and recreate insulin sensitivity. So studies show that supplementing with omega-3s lost more body fat than those who didn't. So we have a product called Herbalife Max, and that is a superb, good quality supplement that there are so many claims on it, and because they've been tested and tried, and Herbalife can make those claims on that product. So very good for eyesight, very good for reducing triglycerides, which are the bad fats in the blood, very good for improving heart health, eyesight, and I wish I had the container to show you, but you just need to know Herbalife Max. So here are 4 fantastic fats for fat loss that will help you stay healthy, feel satisfied while you shed your body fat. So the first example is avocado. Who likes it? Some people don't like it. Great. Rosemary. I love it. It's so versatile. Got a little bit of protein in there. You've got some fiber as well. They're really versatile. You can put them in salads. You can make them into a mash, add some lemon juice. You can add some chili if you want. You can add whatever ingredients you want, but you want to make it like a guacamole. And you can add it to some people add it to bread as well. And then second ingredient, whole eggs. Okay. Eggs, people say, oh, you can't eat 3 eggs. It's bad for you. It's bad for your cholesterol. Actually, they found that eggs are actually good for us. Whole eggs. Now, research shows that there's no link between healthy people, egg yolks, and heart disease. So you don't need to skimp on your eggs. You can have 2-3 eggs a day as a lady. Some men, stronger men, can have 4 eggs a day. Obviously, if you have 3 days in the week, you can eat eggs. It's fine. You can have an egg every day. It's fine. You are actually missing some extra benefits if you skip the yolk as well. Okay, so a whole egg, yolks are where you will find luteins and other antioxidants. And what luteins do is they help concentrate in the retina to help protect important cells in the eye. So it works by absorbing potentially damaging light, and secondly, protecting against oxidative damage. So whole eggs are good for you. The amino acids in eggs are especially easily absorbed in the body, and it makes it a perfect protein for pre and post workout meals. So maybe you've gone to the gym, or you've done a run, or you've done some body weights exercises in your own home, and you think, right, what snack can I have to replenish my muscle? You can make yourself a quick scrambled eggs with just a handful of spinach in there. Mix it all up, and it's quite quick or it could be a lunch meal, scrambled eggs with some peppers cut into it. It's gorgeous, really nice. So the third ingredient, or third product to think about when you're improving your omega-3 is olives as well. Olive and olive oil are among the healthiest fats you can eat. I wasn't really into olives before, but I now know how good they are. So I buy them from time to time. And, the way I use them is I slice olives onto grilled cod or something like that to give it more taste. It's gorgeous. And then add it to my salad. It's really nice. So Olive oil loaded with omega-3 fats, very good for heart and brain function. But they don't add fat to your abs. As people think when you eat fats, you're going to show, it's going to show on your tummy. It's rather reducing our calories that is important. So you want to use light olive oil for your salads, maybe. Not too much, just a teaspoon is what I recommend. You can add it with lemon juice, maybe some vinegar, mix it all up and put it on over your salad if you want a nice dressing. And then the fourth ingredient that we love, almonds. They are among the best of those healthy nuts. I think the reason being, it's got a lot of fiber as well. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. And the fat is really healthy, great for your heart health. Okay, so just a handful is fine a day. Sometimes at night when I've had my dinner and I'm thinking, right, I feel like I need something, I just go for a small handful of almonds and a large glass of water, and that really satisfies me. So up to about 8 or 10 almonds is fine on a night time. So not the honey roasted, or not the, I mean, I tend to go for the raw almonds, really. It's excellent. You've not got any bad stuff on there. Can have it for before workout or after workout. So in summary, losing fat around your tummy or thighs or anywhere that you really don't want to see the fat doesn't mean cutting out all fat out of your diet. It just means being careful about the fats you eat and limiting your fat intake to fats that will do more for your body than just fill empty space. So you do need to know your healthy fats. If you don't like fish, if you're somebody who doesn't like the oily fish, then you can have the avocado, you can have the olive oil, you can have the healthy nuts, or you can supplement to get your omega-3s because they're crucial to all this. So we're all about community education, exercise, and nutrition. Thank you so much for listening. I'm just going to